How long ago did you get started into trading?
7 years ago.
So it's been a long journey.
It's been a long journey. I was homeless one time. It was hard to find a job, man.
How do you go from that to trading?
I started watching videos from the very beginning. See how simple it is. That it's like, he's just like me. And if he can do it, I can do it too.
You bought 2 courses, didn't work out. Then you got set and forget.
And then it helped me get my first payout, which was like $10,000 in a week.
Do you currently believe that anybody that gets into trading could become profitable?
Oh yeah.
Anybody that gets into trading?
Yeah. And I went from living in a trailer in a room paying $400 to living in a condo downtown. Like I said, as long as you use the set and forget strategy, you can't lose. You really can't. I was in jail for like 40 days. You know, once I started doing that, you know, I'm not proud of it, but listen, we gotta do what we gotta do to survive.
All right, guys, so today we have a podcast with one of my students named Joshua, where you're originally from Puerto Rico, currently right now living in Orlando, Florida, and he is 33 years old. So I don't know anything about his story. All I know is that he's a successful student. I'm like, you know what? Don't tell me anymore. Let's talk about it right now on the podcast so we get all the answers. So appreciate you, Joshua, for coming.
Yes, sir.
So you drove all the way down from Orlando over here.
Yeah.
So you guys have an idea how much was it, like 2-3 hour drive, more or less?
About a good 3 hours and 30 minutes.
3 hours, yeah. Same thing I did yesterday from coming back to Steve. So you're 33 years old and you're from you were born here or in Puerto Rico?
I was born in Puerto Rico.
How old when you came here?
16?
Oh, so you've been here for a long time.
Yeah. I'm a Floridian now.
And yeah, of course. Do you like Puerto Rico better or Florida? If you had to pick, obviously because you have your family over there.
Since I went back to Puerto Rico like last week, I kind of want to go back.
Really?
Because, you know, it's just more peaceful.
And it's probably where you're from and stuff.
Yeah, because in Orlando, like I said, it's crowded.
Too much going on.
Yeah.
So you came here when you were 16, and then you started off high school fresh here. How was that kind of transition? Because I know you had to start high school over there, and then you did over here. How did that work?
I actually started 10th grade over here. I finished 9th grade over there, started 10th grade over here, and then I graduated. Everything went good. I tried to go to college, but...
You didn't?
No. It just, I don't know. It was just something that I wasn't trying to get into debt, you know.
So did you ever actually get started into it or no?
No, but I seen a couple family members that have, and then a year, 2 years later, they end up more in debt, and it's like, you know, that they graduated, but the degrees wasn't even.
Yeah.
You know, they earned degrees, but they still work in regular jobs.
And then, do you have any siblings that came with you, or you're the only?
Oh no, it was just me.
It was just you?
Yeah.
So you didn't have a bigger brother or somebody to set an example?
No, I actually had 3 sisters.
3 sisters? So you had to set the example for the sisters? You're the oldest or the youngest?
Well, I'm actually the baby.
You're the youngest? Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. Actually, I have a little sister, but from my mom's side.
Yeah.
Because I'm adopted.
Okay. You're adopted?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, talk to me about that. So what's the story behind that?
You know.
And you know what's funny? You're recently the 3rd person that I've met that is adopted. I've heard this a couple of times recently. I don't know if it's coincidence and stuff, but I was flying on a jet the other day, and one of the lady that was on the plane helping us and stuff, she was adopted as well. Somebody that I met at a bar was and it's kind of interesting, right? So what's the story behind yours?
So for me, when I was young, my mom, you know, had a drug issue and stuff, and I basically got adopted by my aunt. So basically my aunt was the one who raised me, and then she has 2 daughters, which most are my cousins, but now, of course, I consider them my sisters. So, you know, other than that, it's been pretty up and down.
Yeah. And your dad was never in the picture?
My dad actually died when I was 3.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he got set up by his best friend and got killed.
Damn. Over in Puerto Rico. Sorry.
Actually in Chicago.
Chicago. I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
All that, man.
So, would you say that you coming over here, did you come with that same family, or you had a new family?
Yeah, I came with the same family.
With the same family?
Yeah. Because what we did was, it was from Puerto Rico to Chicago. So I was mostly raised in Chicago till I was 15, and then we moved down here.
And your mother never came back into the picture at all?
Oh, she actually has.
Really?
Yeah. She, it was 6 years ago, I got married, and I brought her to my wedding.
Really?
Yeah. And then she said she was sorry, this and that, and I forgave her. And then to this day, you know, I go visit her. She's in Puerto Rico, so
So you regained that relationship with her.
Yes.
Wow, I think that's great. That's
Yeah.
that's
Oh
really-
yeah. I was just over there last week, and she's like taking me all over the neighborhood. This is my son. This is my son. So it's a great feeling.
So taking it back a couple of steps, that's crazy, bro. That's a crazy story. So coming back to when you came to the United States technically Puerto Rico is United States, right? Well, you came to like America. When you were 16 and you graduated high school, how long ago did you get started into trading?
7.
7 years ago?
7 years ago.
So it's been a long journey.
It's been a long journey.
So what did you do in that 10-year period before you started trading? You had jobs? Did you like work?
Well, yeah, I have jobs up and down, but also, you know, I kind of was a street pharmacist.
A street pharmacist? Okay.
You know, but other than that, you know, I have my jobs here and there.
How long were you a street pharmacist for?
Since I was 16.
Really?
Once I graduated, it was hard to find a job, man.
Yeah, of course.
And you know, once I started doing that, you know, I'm not proud of it, but
Of course.
listen, we got to do what we got to do to survive. And at the end of the day, it wasn't really all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Like,
yeah, pretty standard stuff.
like vitamin C,
And-
vitamin D, like nothing crazy.
Yeah, not crazy. You know. But other than that, it's been about 2 years back. I stopped.
So you stopped the pharmacist 2 years ago. Interesting. So you did that for like almost 10 years. Did you ever get caught up in anything?
Yeah. You know, and I learned my lesson. I was in jail for like 40 days. But other than that,
40
you know,
days?
Yeah.
That shit's whack.
Nothing was proven.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just basically false accusations and stuff. But other than that, I literally told myself, like, once I start getting good at other things, then I'll stop.
And then how come you stopped 2 years ago? So as you were learning trading for the period of 7 years, you were doing it as well.
Yes.
And then I guess you stopped as soon as you became profitable?
Once I started becoming profitable, and then also trading and in crypto as well, that's when I started like to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And then also too, I opened up my own business, which is mobile detailing, pressure washing houses. I just started working with that.
Interesting. So your journey when you started off trading, right? Those first 7 years, like what originally got you into it at the beginning, right? Because if you're in the, you know, you're in the pharmacy business, like how do you go from that to trading? Like what makes you cross that bridge?
Of course, like, you know, mostly everybody when they start, you know, the first company that comes up to, you know, is, you already know, I am. I started with that one.
So you got caught with IML.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
But, you know, in the process, it was all about referrals. It wasn't about trading. And I got tired. You know, it's like, just, referral, but no trading. Nobody was teaching us.
Of course.
Even our upline was just let us be. You know, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look for a mentor, see who I find. First, I found Q Banks.
Okay.
I bought his course. I started learning from him. You know, and then from there, I seen Raul.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Raul, I bought his course too. And then from there, I seen you with Raul.
Mm-hmm.
And see what I like about the way you trade is that you're a swing trader.
Yeah.
I look at it in a way like, okay, I don't like trading daily. I like to hold my trades.
Okay.
So then I seen that you do it and you got successful with it. I'm like, oh man, I like the way he trades.
Okay.
I started watching videos from the very beginning because that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
I like to go back all the way to see how you started
Yeah.
and to see where you're at now. And I'm like, man, see how simple it is. That is like, he's just like me. And if he can do it, I can do it too.
So then how long ago did you get started with what I was teaching?
About 2 years ago.
Damn, so as soon as you started learning my stuff, like everything shifted for you.
Everything.
So these other guys...
Because it became so simple. You know, because I looked at all these other videos and other courses, you know, but then once that set and forget, man, I was like, shit. I was like, it's so simple because, bro, I bought your boot camp, and to this day, I still watch your boot camp.
yeah.
You know, because the thing is, you're always learning something new.
Of course.
You know, so I always rewatch. All the YouTube videos, I learned something new the other day.
Really? So, all right, so I'm getting the time frame now, right? So you got started into trading 7 years ago. You bought 2 courses, didn't work out. Then you got set and forget, and then everything completely shifted.
Yes.
Wow. So then...
And then it helped me get my first payout, which was like $10,000 in a week.
How long ago was that?
That was like 2-3 months ago.
Really?
Yeah. And the only issue that I was having also too is with the prop firms because they all shut down.
Yeah.
Some of them shut down with all that issue. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of got scared. It's like, okay, you know, now I'd rather just trade the capital. But now all these other brokers started using MT4, MT5. So I'm like, I was kind of lost for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. The industry is going through a change because it's becoming more aware to the regulators and stuff. Like just more people are getting into the industry.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of being ran by a bunch of fucking idiots. And, you know, everybody had access. Like, anybody could have gone and opened a prop firm, and anybody could have opened a prop firm.
Yeah.
So, anybody could have gone and opened a broker and a prop firm. So, what that does, it just creates a chaos, right? Like, anybody's like, oh, I can do it because he did it and he did it. And then you just get a bunch of idiots to do it. And then, obviously, like, you can see.
I have my fair share of finding some real piece of shit ones, man.
Yeah. I mean,
you know, it's the process.
It's like the process. It's like, you know, you're in the pharmacy business, you get some good pharmacy, the other pharmacy just doesn't work out. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do. So it's you got to charge it to the game. You know what I'm saying? You charge it to the game. It's the way it works.
Yep.
So when you started watching the Set and Forget videos, like, what would you say that was your first point that you were struggling in the past that you were able to cross over that pain point and you were able to fix it immediately?
Most of the break and structure, man.
Bro, that's literally what 90% of the people don't get.
Yeah, most of the break and structure, because, you know, once I see the break and structure in the retest, that's the only, like, that's the issue that I was having. I couldn't find the good, like, the area of interest.
Yep.
You know, I couldn't find the correct one.
Yeah.
But then once I started seeing your videos, I'm like, okay, this is what to look for. You know what I'm saying? For this zone, you know, wait for this. And I'm like, man, that's just so simple. No, not a lot, you know, just one indicator. What? 50 MA?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's
you know, everybody else, 3 indicators. You know, a whole bunch of trend lines.
Yeah.
That get confusing.
And they're always like changing this shit. If you realize, like, they're always like modifying or adding something. Like, oh, I found this new way of reading this or this new this, and I'm like, dude, like that's not how this shit works. Like, once you find an edge, you just stick to it. Like, you don't change anything. You don't modify. Like, it's a proven system that works. And the people out there that add and modify to their system constantly are just trying to find a new way to sell a product, which I got. It's cool. It's great marketing, but it's not like the reality of trading. Like, dude, I literally say the same shit every single time. Like, bro, it's trend, area of interest, shift the structure, and then you enter. Like, that's it.
That's it. It's so simple. It's just like people, like, to this day, you know, when I put, you know, I was tagging sometimes on my trades, some people are like, oh, that strategy doesn't work, this and that. I'm like, bro, listen, I don't knock anybody else's strategy, but it works for me. If it works for me, that's all I care about.
So you made a $10,000 payout, and then what else? Have you had more payouts, or have you flipped accounts? Like, what's?
I flipped a couple accounts, but also too, sometimes I kind of blown because I kind of get greedy.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm still working on.
Yeah.
But
I mean, but that's something that, like, us humans just have to, like, battle all the time. Like, I battle with that every single day that I have to go through.
And let me tell you why. Because, you know, a lot of my family go through struggles, and I feel like I'm the black sheep. So I try my best to try to make as much as I can, because I don't do it for me. I do it for my daughter and my family, you know, because I see them struggling all the time, and I'm not trying to have that happen.
What did your family think of you starting into trading?
I'm sorry?
Like, what did your family think of you when you got started into trading?
They laugh.
They laughed at you? Did they know that you were a street pharmacist before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did they?
They weren't happy, but, you know.
Are they happy now?
No. Oh, now they're making money, yeah.
So now they're happy that you left that and now you're into trading. And then how did your, because I'm sure you have to have other buddies in the business as well that you kind of, like, you need communication in that business. You need to know other pharmacists to see if they have products that you don't have.
They're all traders now.
They're all traders now. So we're changing the streets from pharmacists to traders. We're going to change the game. Oh, yeah. That's fucking crazy. All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
Who was the first one that got into trading? Was it you or your other buddies?
No, it was me.
And you helped them get into
no, I'll take it back. I'm sorry. I started first. Well, we all started first because we all started in IML. You know, and then from there, they gave up, but I kept going. You know, but then when they seen that I was doing good, you know, I kind of like brought them back in and like, yo, we can do this. I was motivating my team, you know, because they always looked out for me. Like when I was locked up, I had 2 main guys, which is Chris and Dixon, and they always looked out for me. So I started looking out for them. And then now, you know, about a year back, my plug, he started trading.
Really? That's fucking crazy, bro. That's actually really interesting.
He started making a lot of money.
Really? Yeah. So what would you say was one of your first because I know trading is obviously based around money.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if you were to come into trading with money, like what would you say was one of your biggest like losses that you had right at the beginning? That you were like, bro, fuck this. Like, was there any point where you were like, yo, this was too hard of a hit, I'm done?
Yeah, I lost $5,000 in one day, and I literally quit.
Really?
Yeah.
And why'd you come back to it?
Because, you know, that's part of the process. I gotta keep basically looking at my losses, learning from them, you know, as lessons, and then from there, just apply basically all the new stuff that I learned.
How long did you quit for before you came back?
I only quit for like a couple months. Yeah.
Did you say like, okay, so when you started trading, was that the only time you quit, or was there more times?
Oh, just one time.
Oh, is that one time?
Yeah.
So
like I fully quit there.
Fully
like
done.
Other than that, like when IML hit and all that stuff we weren't learning, we quit. We quit for like a week or two, and that's when we found, you know, we started looking.
Like real trading and how to really trade. And what would be like one of the points that you had like your aha moment? Was it that break of structure point?
Yes.
If you were to explain to that to Joshua, getting started into trading right now, what would be the simplest way you can explain that? Like in the simplest way. Because like now you get it. It's almost like Where's Waldo. Like as soon as you see him in the image, like you know, like you can't unsee it. Like it's something that is right in front of your face, but it's like obviously confusing because you're not understanding how to read it at your initial first time.
So what I would start is with time frames. You know, the higher the time frame, see where the trade goes. So like I mostly go with the weekly and the daily, like how you told. If they're two in sync, then you know that's when you look for the break of structure and all that. So basically, that's what I would start with to teach, and then mostly just, you know, area of interest, and then just at the end the engulfing.
Because a lot of traders, they're focused at the beginning on the engulfing. Like they want to enter the trade like now.
Yeah, but that engulfing could always be a reverse.
Yeah, but it's like the last thing.
Yeah.
So the engulfing goes after the trend, after the area of interest, and after the shift of structure. So do you currently like believe that anybody that gets into trading could become profitable?
Oh yeah.
Anybody that gets into trading?
Yeah.
Absolutely anybody.
Anybody, as long as they got the right system, and like I said, as long as they use the set and forget strategy, you can't lose. You really can't.
Yeah, I go over that. You can't.
Like literally, me, my boy, everybody else uses it, you know, and to whoever don't use it, then I feel sorry for them.
So you would recommend people to get the set and forget strategy?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So obviously, as you're having your journey as a trader, you're going through like these ups and downs, right? Like, and you're in this lonely journey, right? Because you know your boys got started after you had success. What helped you, aside from having your daughter be motivation, get you through those like lonely journeys that you would go?
Like what else motivated me?
Yeah, like what else kept you going? Because like you weren't
family.
Your family?
Yeah, because like I said, at 21, I lost my mom and dad. So from there, I was just all by myself.
Yeah.
And man, like I've been through some rough battles, man.
Yeah.
I was homeless one time.
Really?
For 3 months.
In Chicago or in Orlando?
No, here.
In Miami?
Yeah. No, in Orlando.
In Orlando.
Jumping house to house. Like literally like, I used to sleep on the floor, man. In a room, paying $400 a month. Because it was an issue that I had, you know, with the person I was living with. And I don't want to put it out there, but
Yeah, you know how. Yeah,
you know, it's just everything was under her name, and she took everything from me. I got to a point where, you know what, like fuck this, I'm gonna make it happen. And I went from living in a trailer, in a room, paying $400, to living in a condo downtown.
Wow. Congrats, bro. Congratulations, bro. That's you should really feel proud of yourself, man.
Oh yeah, I am.
Like I see people out there that they have all the resources they can to succeed. Like they have nowhere near the type of pressure that you have gone through, and they still make excuses.
Yeah, I can't.
Like you were literally at level 0.
Listen, I was supposed to die. I was born 6 months. I was supposed to die. And if that's not enough purpose, then, you know.
So you're like the perfect example of no excuses.
Yeah.
And is there any point now that you would doubt the journey?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Even if you lose 10 trades in a row, you won't doubt it?
No, because eventually, I've lost plenty of trades, but I still keep going because at the end of the day, it'll happen. The same way when I first got my first payout, I was like, holy shit, this is real. Like, it works.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if it works, you can't. Why give up on it?
I feel like that first payout, there's no other feeling that a person can like understand.
Bro,
Like,
you don't even know. Like literally, like even my girl seen it. Like she supports me here and there, but once she seen that the money was real, it's like okay, I support you.
it's game on. It's game on. So you've gotten multiple payouts from your.
Yeah, a couple of times.
That's fucking crazy. Because you know what? The last person that I did an interview with, he was homeless as well, and he was going through a situation. And I've never been in a position like that, right? So I come from I come from a good family. Like I didn't struggle, growing up. I just had like a lot of pressure, right? Like,
of course.
Like Cuban parents.
Yeah.
You have to go to school. You have to do this stuff, but it's not the same type of pressure that you went through. And the fact that you were able to do something like that and come out on top, I think that the trajectory that you're in, bro, is like fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you went, like the percentage of your growth is more than mine, if you think about it. Like let's say I started at level 10 and now I'm at level 50. Like you started at level negative 50 and now let's say you're at level 10. Like your percentage growth is so much higher than mine. Like you've accomplished a lot more than I have with the resources and the stuff that you've been through. So that means that you only have so much more ahead of you and that you can literally do way more than like anybody out there can ever do with themselves with the resources that, let's say, I started with. Because you could handle pressure that no other person can handle.
Like a lot of people, listen, let me tell you a crazy story. I made over 1.2 million in crypto and I lost it in one day.
How the fuck?
They hacked my account.
They hacked your shit. Where?
What do you mean?
Like, in what platform did they hack it?
It was in my Ethereum wallet.
Really?
Yep. First ever almost becoming a millionaire in my house, and out of nowhere, gone. And people were sick for me, bro. I kind of fell into depression for like a good month, because all the money I was making too, I bought me a GLE AMG, got stolen. They took it apart. I lost a lot.
Shit.
Yeah.
So like every single time you get a little bit, they take it away. Fuck.
But I still keep going.
Yeah, of course.
Because at the end of the day, listen, this is one thing I learned. If you can make it once, you can make it 10 times. A lot of people would have been give up through the journey, but I just know that God is gonna bless me with the right time, and I just gotta be patient with it.
We say your patience helped you with what you got in today.
Oh yeah.
Were you always patient?
Nope.
How do you turn from being impatient to patient?
No, taking a couple losses, learning from it, and just really understanding that being patient pays. And I learned that from you. So.
I mean, because everybody thinks that the more you work, the more you're gonna get, right? But like in trading, that's like the complete opposite. Like the more you grind, the more money you make. The more time you put into the markets, that's not the more money you make. But let's take it back to that 1.1 million that you made in crypto. So how did you actually like get that? Like, did you put into like a shit
so
coin
what
or
I
whatever?
did is I started off with $5,000. I actually made that off trading. I started off with $5,000.
Okay.
I built it up little by little, and then I invested into a coin. That coin went to 75,000. Took out 20,000 for me, and I grabbed 50,000 and put into another coin.
So you actually withdrew 20,000.
Yeah.
Profit.
Yeah, that's what I bought the Mercedes GLE.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like my first accomplishment. That was my dream car actually in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, that was a very proud moment. I was hyped. I was like, yes.
How long did you have it before they stole it?
A month.
And then like the insurance never paid you out, nothing? That's crazy.
No.
So okay, so you got 20,000, you bought the GLE, and then the 50,000, what'd you do?
Yeah, so I put into another coin, and then that coin, like, everybody was promoting whatever, and it shot up to about 1.2. And then I was gonna withdraw like 800,000. I was ready to go buy me the McLaren. I was ready, bro. And out of nowhere, I guess I didn't want to pay $20,000 for, to withdraw it. So that was very stupid of me.
Yeah, it was the fees.
Because everybody else was paying like 5, 10. I'm like, shit, I want to pay 20 grand, And then I kind of they sent me a website and I clicked the link.
Oh my God. Well, who, like the group chat you were in?
Support.
Oh my God.
They're like, yeah, you could, get it cheaper through here. And I seen other people do it, but it was just a scammer. So.
And they wiped you out clean to
within
zero?
5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, my heart dropped. But it's all good.
I mean, technically, you had a car for free for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but it's a lessons, man. The lessons we got to go through. I see it in a way that I wasn't ready for it. You know,
Everything happens for a reason.
exactly. You know, whenever, like I said, whenever God provides for it, then, you know,
So you think you weren't ready to have that type of money that fast?
I think so. That's why that loss happened.
And I almost feel like that. I think you're right, because I feel like if you've never touched that kind of money and you get it that fast, you won't know what to do with it.
The first thing I bought was a car. You know, it was my dream car at that time. You know, so.
And what are your goals with money now? Like, let's say you make X amount. What do you want to do with it?
I just want land, man. Land and mostly Airbnbs.
What do you want to do with the land? Build on it?
Yeah. I really want to do like container homes. I see a lot of people doing that and they're like really successful with it. I'm like, I prefer that. I just want residual, man. That's all it is.
So you think trading will fund that source for you?
Oh, yeah. Once I get to your level, man, yeah.
Oh, dude, you're gonna fucking
I'm
get
making
them
130 grand a day. I'm like, yeah, that's going whoop straight to the.
And you want to build that land here or in Puerto Rico?
To be honest, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and basically any island.
For tourists.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually a really entrepreneur mindset that you're having, which is kind of crazy because you don't come from that. You come from different type of background, and like you developing into an entrepreneur like shows like your potential within inside of you, because you're literally thinking on like how I would think. Like, use trading, and instead of get that money and blowing it on some stupid shit, you get it and you put it into something else that's gonna keep making you money forever.
Exactly. Because also that's gonna pay for whatever I want.
Exactly.
But also too, like.
Bro, dude, you have the fucking right mindset, bro.
Yeah. Once you, but also too, like, I'm not focusing more on materialistic stuff, because I like donating money. I like helping out. I give money to people on the street sometimes. Like, literally, I gave out. This how I tell you. Let me tell you how crazy this is. I gave out my last $100 to this guy that I always seen at the gas station. He started crying, thanking me, and I told him, "You're welcome." Like, 2 weeks later, that's when I made $75,000.
75,000. In the crypto or in trade?
Yeah, in the crypto.
In the crypto.
Yeah. And also too, it's just like, the more you give, the more you get back 10 times full. But it's like, I don't do it because I want something back. I just do it because that's how I am.
You generally enjoy it.
Exactly.
And I do believe that's real. Like, people generally do enjoy giving back.
Yeah.
I get that same feeling.
Like, once I start making really good money, with trading, I'm actually want to do is hire the guys who played in Avengers. It's crazy. A lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what.
Yeah.
And take them to the kids that have cancer hospital.
Okay.
Because.
Yeah, they love that shit.
Exactly.
They fucking love
that. That's just one of my big goals.
Yeah.
To do something like that. And I always had that since I was like 21. That's one of my main goals. But other than that, just like get land, real estate, and mostly help out my family, so they don't struggle, and that's it. And leave whatever I can for my daughter.
And right now, you plan to actively like this is like what your goal is right now. Like, this is what you're pushing towards, or do you have like stepping stones for those things? Like, do you want to get to a certain point first before you do that, or like that's you're just like you're only working towards one?
I want to get to a certain point first.
Okay.
I want to at least first, of course, make my first $1 million, and then from there, grow it to 10 million. And then once I hit 10, then that's when I'm gonna start spreading it.
And how much would you say is like everything you've made, like your 2 years of profitable with like set and forget? Like, what would you say everything's you made?
Like 80,000.
80,000?
Yeah.
Fire, bro. That's actually crazy. I need a percentage of that, bro. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't want a percentage. So you came from Puerto Rico, United States, got into trading, no financial background, zero.
No.
How many hours did you put in at the beginning when you were actually getting started?
Every day. Bro, every day. Like, what I would do is I wake up at 6 a.m. and I won't stop until like 2 p.m.
What were you doing on all that time? Just like sitting in front of the computer? Or?
Yeah, just sitting in front of the computer, just learning what I can, learning from mistakes, seeing all the strategies and stuff. But then, like, once I seen yours, I took 2 hours a day to learn your strategy every day.
Because that chart time and that time that you put into the market, you can't teach that to anybody.
No.
It's literally impossible. Like the hours that you sat down in front of that computer, you can't transfer that experience to somebody. Like even if everything you learn in that time, you write it down, like the person that you're explaining that to won't grasp that concept as good as they should if they were to put in the time. And that's something that a lot of these traders nowadays are making excuses on. You know, they're like, oh, I gotta be there these hours. I'm like, well, bro, if you want to be in front of the, if you're not down, you know, it's not meant for you, bro.
I already knew, like, I already know what time it was. It's like, you really gotta dedicate yourself. You know, because at the end of the day, if you really want to make the money, you gotta put in the time. It's not gonna just show off right on your lap.
And it's not fair. Like if you put in fucking 10 hours a day and this guy puts 30 and he wants the same results as you, you're not gonna be happy.
Exactly.
And it's just not gonna work. That's just not how that shit. Like,
yeah, it doesn't work.
You want to have abs. You can't just go to the gym once and expect that.
Yeah, expect it to have
It's not
abs.
gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
What would you say would be your number one technical piece of advice that you would give to a trader out there when it comes to the charts?
Mostly just wait for the time. Just time frames, really. You know, because I go through time frames. You know, once you see within, you know, monthly, weekly, to see where it's going, you know, I see it in a way that that's basically where it's going to go. You know, whether there's an uptrend, downtrend.
So focus on the higher time frames to identify your trade.
Weekly and daily.
Is there any times that you take the strategy and you apply it to the lower time frames?
No.
Nah, fire. Yo, that is fire right there, my bro. That is fire.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these traders, a lot of these new traders that they're getting into the chat now, they're like, bro, like, can I apply this to the lower time frame? I'm like, yeah.
It's just too much noise.
Yeah,
they don't understand that. It's too much noise.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, you can, but it's like, do you want to?
Because the thing is, like, when they apply it, okay, it goes your way a little bit, and I don't know where it does a reversal the other way, and then they cry about it saying that it doesn't work.
Exactly. They just got to be patient. They got to wait for the higher time frame one.
Exactly.
Like, don't get me wrong, it could work on the lower time frame.
Yeah, it can, but that's like 50-50.
Exactly. Like the win rate goes down a lot, and so does your risk to reward. Bro, just wait. Like, why do you want to put yourself at risk with something that I literally do not encourage and nobody else does, and it's not proven that it works, when you can simply just do nothing and wait for something to literally make sense for you to have the guaranteed result? Because you will have guaranteed results if you simply just fucking wait.
See, and that's one thing that I struggled with in the beginning. I wasn't waiting. But then, you know, that's the main thing. That's the crazy part, is that the main thing you always say is just to have patience. And I got to the point like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to have patience. Let me see how this works out. And it started working out.
So your technicals would be patience, what leads me to my next question, which you kind of answered as well. What would be the number one piece of advice you would give to a trader psychology-wise? Because we know that psychology is a huge factor into trading. I actually have a curious question for you. What would be the percentage that you would say psychology factors into trading? Like if you were to put technical and psychology, what's the percentage?
90%.
90% psychology?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's what I think as well.
Yeah. And it's all in here, bro. It's all in here. You can get good at it, but as long as your mind ain't right, you're going to want to jump into every trade, see where it goes, hope if it goes your way. Like, that was me in the beginning, you know, because I was just seeing the charts and just like, oh, I think it's going to go up, I think it's going to go down. And then I was like, no, it doesn't work like that. So,
because I didn't think it's you versus you. Like, you're the one that's making the decisions, whether you think it's looking good.
I doubt myself. Even like me, when I took those losses, like, I really told myself, like, "Pero una mierda," you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, I got to a point like, man, let me just keep going at it, because I see everybody's success, you know? And I'm like, man, there's nothing special about them. They bleed just like me. It's just, you know, they basically knew how to make their own strategies, and they started killing the market. So if they can do it, I can do it too. And that right there, that's what just flipped the switch.
Because you're comparing yourself to yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, you know, you have to use other people as reference to, like, determine, like, all right, is that shit real? Does it work?
Yeah.
But then you're going against yourself, or was there ever any point where you, like, undervalued yourself or overvalued, like, and you kind of, like, got mixed up in all that?
There was a point in time.
Yeah.
And
like, you weren't satisfied with what you were doing at the time?
Yeah, because it wasn't working. It wasn't working, and I got tired for a little bit, you know. But then, like I said again, I'm like, man, everybody else making it. I'm like, I gotta start working on it again. I'm like, let me see what I'm doing wrong. Then I found out what I was doing wrong. I was being impatient. You know, and I was also using the smaller time frames too. I was like, you know what? No, I gotta apply the strategy and just be patient with it. And so far, been having. Last week was 10 wins.
Last week was 10 wins and two losses.
See, because what I hold it up to. I used to hold it up to like 120 pips, but now I just do 50 pips. So what I like basically I just call it 50 pips, and once it hits 50 pips, I'm out.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, if you really do the math, you know, if you only just do 500 pips a month, you can make a lot of money.
Facts.
You know, you don't have to grab all, you know, try to get all the pips that you see in the market. No. As long as you get like 100 to 150 pips a week, being patient, you're fine. You know, and with $100,000 account, you'll make $25,000 for the month. Come on.
Easy, yeah, easy. And you're chilling. You're not
exactly.
It's not hard work.
It's just people don't, you know, us, sometimes we get greedy because we see so much money, want to make $100,000 in a day, but it's like, it doesn't work like that. You gotta work your way through it.
And actively right now, would you say that you would rather trade your personal account or a prop firm account?
Both. Yeah.
And you just
I like prop firms.
But you take the same trade on both accounts or different type of trades?
No, on both.
Same trade?
Yeah.
That's it right there. So people think that, oh, I'm going to take a different type of trade on my personal, different type of trade on the funded.
No, why?
Yeah.
Why people?
Yeah,
why
just
would
get
you do
one
that?
win.
That
Exactly.
doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because then, you know, then they're going to believe, okay, I won on my personal account, then I lost on my funded account. You know, then they're going to end up blowing the funded account. Just
stick to one thing that simply makes sense. And that is set and forget.
Exactly.
As simple as it gets. So if you were to pretty much sum up your whole entire 7-year journey as a trader and you could put it into one word, what do you think it would be? The 7 years of you going into trading and you just put it into one word. Think about it. Think about it for a second.
Same word I've been using, man, just patience.
Patience.
That's really it. That's really all we need is just patience.
There's no
Have
other
faith in yourself as well.
Of course.
You know, because a lot of people doubt themselves too, but it's like, once you be patient, man, and really like, understand, like, don't worry about anybody else, no matter if they're making more money than you, no matter, you know, how they're doing it. Just be patient, you know, trust on what you're doing, trust in yourself, have faith, and yeah, believe in the strategy that you use, and that's it.
Fire. Joshua, appreciate you coming, brother, and you dropping these gems, bro. Appreciate you.